Google is struggling to catch up to Microsoft by integrating competing technology into its own search engine, which we already.
As a demonstration of artificial intelligence, AI with unprecedented conversational powers, ChatGPT has swept the IT world by storm. GPT-3, the basis for the interface of the popular chatbot, is reportedly one of the largest and most complicated language models ever built, having been trained on 175 billion parameters or data points. But what about its successor? Will GPT-4 revolutionize the world? What will it be capable of? We will uncover all in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. It is no secret, however, that its developer, the artificial intelligence research group OpenAI, is already deep into production on GPT-4, the successor to GPT-3. Some speculate that GPT-4 will significantly outperform GPT-3. Even more extreme claims have been made, such as a parameter count in the area of 100 trillion, which OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has strongly denied in colorful language. Nonetheless, it's possible that GPT-4 already exists among us. So far, there has been no official word. Even so, it has been theorized that GPT-4 is the version powering the brand new ChatGPT feature in Microsoft's Bing search engine. Even if it came as a surprise, this claim is plausible, given that the Seattle tech behemoth just invested $10 billion to become OpenAI's largest single stakeholder. How does GPT-4 compare to previous iterations? And does it bring AI closer to becoming, quote-unquote, more profound than fire or electricity, as Google CEO Sundar Pichai put it? Nothing official has been released as of this recording, but rumors are rampant across the tech world that GPT-4 is ready for release, and will see the light of day outside of OpenAI's research centers this year, according to multiple outlets, including the New York Times. As we've mentioned, some even think it's already here in the form of the new Bing Chat feature. Joining a waiting list is the only way to access Bing powered by ChatGPT at the moment, but Microsoft has promised to make it available to millions of users by the end of February. We might have to wait a bit longer if it turns out that this is all hogwash and Bing is actually using either GPT-3 or GPT 3.5, an improved version released last year. ChatGPT was released in late 2022, after which GPT-3 was made available to the general public via a restricted release to chosen partners, paying clients, and academic institutions. When it comes to communicating with humans, ChatGPT in general is a wonderful technological achievement, capable of comprehending and responding to human language with astonishing accuracy. What though? Would it take to build a robot that can carry on a convincing conversation? Working tirelessly and using powerful computers is the key. ChatGPT, in general, is a remarkable feat of technology, capable of understanding and responding to human language with an uncanny degree of accuracy. But what does it take to make a machine that can truly converse like a person? The answer lies in a lot of hard work and a lot of computer power. The learning process didn't stop there. To ensure that ChatGPT was really good at talking like a person, the creators subjected it to rigorous testing, asking humans to rank how well it did in different scenarios. All of this learning and testing was done on a supercomputer, a kind of giant brain for computers that could handle the incredible amounts of data involved. But even with all this hard work, creating ChatGPT was no easy task. The machine requires a significant amount of energy and computing power to function at such a high level. The limited memory capacity of even the largest GPUs used to train these systems requires multiple processors to be running in parallel. In fact, it takes a lot of GPUs to run ChatGPT, which has seen a steady increase in the number of parameters with each new release. GPT-1 had 117 million parameters. GPT-2 had 1.2 billion parameters, and GPT-3 raised the bar even higher, with a staggering 175 billion parameters. GPT-4 might not be trained on much more data than GPT-3, though. Despite some wild rumors floating around about GPT-4 being trained on a whopping 100 trillion parameters, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has vehemently denied this, calling it quote-unquote complete bullshit. But that doesn't mean we won't see a significant increase in size from its predecessor, GPT-3. But Altman has also said it might not be much bigger than GPT-3. This is because it is possible that, rather than just feeding it new data, efforts will be directed toward enhancing its ability to make use of the information it already has. A competitor large language model LLM called Megatron 3 has been trained on significantly more data than GPT-3, but it still falls short of OpenAI's platform in testing, leading some experts to conclude that size does not necessarily matter when it comes to AI. But do you know where size really does matter? On YouTube. If the algorithm could be made more efficient, GPT-4 and presumably ChatGPT would require fewer resources to operate. If it were to get as much traction as the most popular search engines, as is predicted, this is a crucial feature. Coding improvements are also on the docket for GPT-4. The capacity to develop not only human languages, but also computer languages, is one of the most striking characteristics of ChatGPT, and by extension, GPT-3. Among the most popular programming languages used for software and online development, as well as data analytics, are JavaScript, Python, and C++, all of which can readily generate code for. Earlier this year, it was reported that OpenAI was looking to hire software developers and programmers, specifically those who are fluent in utilizing human language, to describe the behavior of their technology. This has led many to speculate that future products, such as GPT-4, will further advance AI to achieve hitherto unachievable levels of code generation. This has the potential to improve the efficacy of tools like Microsoft's GitHub Copilot, which employs a tweaked version of GPT-3 to better translate human speech into computer code. Graphics, however, are not going to be a part of GPT-4's features. An integration of GPT-3's text generation with DALL-E 2's image production capabilities had been proposed as the next step in the development of generative AI. This is intriguing since it might have the capability to transform data into charts, images, and other visualizations, which is a feature GPT-3 lacks. But Altman disproved that, insisting that the GPT-4 model would continue to exist solely in text form. As a result, GPT-4 will likely let some people down. It is inevitable that when something generates as much buzz as GPT-3 did, subsequent iterations won't appear quite as revolutionary. After all, how amazed are we going to be by a computer writing significantly better poetry a few years from now if we were first amazed by a computer writing poetry? This is something that even Altman has made a point of. The GPT-4 rumor mill is a ridiculous thing. I don't know where it all comes from. People are begging to be disappointed, and they will be, said Altman. When it comes to actually putting it into practice, money and a large quantity of processing power are, of course, essential to OpenAI's operation. According to the New York Times, Microsoft is currently in talks to invest an extra $10 billion into OpenAI on top of the $3 billion it has previously given the company. According to the New York Times, the introduction of GPT-4 is scheduled for the first quarter of 2023. An investor with knowledge of GPT-4, Matt McCowan, hinted that the platform might have multi-model capabilities. According to the Times, quote, OpenAI is working on an even more powerful system called GPT-4, which could be released as soon as this quarter, according to Mr. McCowan and 4 other people with knowledge of the effort, built using Microsoft's huge network for computer data centers. The new chatbot could be a system much like ChatGPT that solely generates text, or it could juggle images as well as text. Some venture capitalists and Microsoft employees have already seen this service in action, but OpenAI has not yet determined whether the new system will be released with capabilities involving images. Some venture capitalists and Microsoft employees have already seen the service in action, but OpenAI has not yet determined whether the new system will be released with capabilities involving images. While OpenAI has remained tight-lipped about the project publicly, it has been more forthcoming with the venture capital community. There have allegedly been discussions that might lead to a $29 billion valuation for the corporation. That's impressive because OpenAI isn't making much money right now, and the economy has lowered the value of many IT companies. It remains to be seen how successful GPT-4 will end up being, but for now, it is certainly attracting the attention it needs. So, what do you think GPT-4 will be capable of? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.